Hey, what's up everybody? Good evening. My name is Danny Kalala. I'm a Facebook Live marketing expert, coach, and consultant. And today we are in this big wide open space with my friend Kirk Johnson. What up, Kirk?
How's it going, Danny?
Good, really good, man. I'm going to quickly tag you in this video because they recognize your face. But as you saw in the title, today we are going to talk about some affordable, I touched the screen so it focused, but we're going to talk about some affordable counseling options. Kirk, you're in the beginning of some amazing changes. Like, you are expanding this office like 3 times its size, if not anything.
Right.
And you are creating some affordable counseling for the great state of Colorado and Denver and Englewood. So how big is this office going to be when we're all done?
So it's going to be a little under 3,000 square feet.
Wow.
So
that's a big counseling office.
Yeah. It's coming together really nicely, and we're going to be having our open house on
Thursday, January 17th.
Yeah.
Next Thursday, there's going to be an open house here, but we're going to dive pretty deep into, we got Kevin Huft on, affordable counseling. What a great idea, isn't it? Like, yeah, why didn't somebody else think about this? Thanks for commenting, Kevin. So if you're watching live right now, say hello. Let us know you're here. Give Kirk some cheering up, man. This is your first Facebook Live ever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And there were some nerves, but we're getting right past that. And give him some love. And if you're watching in the replay, use hashtag replay. Let us know you stopped by. And as always, Kirk is here. Kirk exists. Kirk made this expansion because he wants to make sure that people have access to affordable counseling. How do we find those people? We let our Facebook audience share this video so the people that need to hear it, that need to know there is an option, can actually hear this. But you sort of saw a need in the community to have some of that affordable counseling available. You had some experience with some life experiences with people in the past where not having access to counseling can turn out to be detrimental, right?
Yeah, for sure. Probably last year I started working with a client, and they were coming in and seeing me, and we were doing some real good work together, but their partner didn't have the access to mental health. Didn't have the funds, didn't have access to mental health treatment. I terminated with that client after we did the work we were supposed to do together, and it turned out well. And then about 6 months later, he contacted me and said that his partner had committed suicide. And I was sitting in here working with him the next night on going through that trauma, and it deeply, deeply affected me. I've heard all types of trauma in my office because that's one of my specialties. I've heard anything from human trafficking to slavery to hardcore sexual abuse, war atrocity, you name it. But for some reason that night, it just really, really hit my heart hard.
Shook you, huh?
And I was sitting back later that night, and I was pissed.
Yeah.
I was pissed that people don't have access to mental health treatment. And I also realized that practicing alone in private practice, I was kind of getting tired of being in a bubble because I had been in an agency before, and I realized I needed my tribe. And I have that with a lot of great colleagues in the community, but not here at South Platte Counseling. And right then, that week, this whole office space became available. It used to be a medical billing office, and I talked to the landlord the next week. I said, what would it be to do this build out? And he got real excited behind my passion and my idea. And they've been building this new office space out for the last 4 months. And
it's beautiful.
It's finally coming together. And the tribe component, I also was thinking, how can I bring in a staff that could see people at low fees, and I've taught at Regis for years, and I reached out to the dean there and I said, what do you think about new graduates coming aboard with this vision? And they were very excited about it. And
heck yes.
And I talked to some of the other area local universities, grad programs, and the day I put out the announcement with some of the universities, I had 36 phone calls on people that wanted to come aboard with
Heck
this.
yes.
I did.
Wanted to help, right? You
Yeah,
gave them a space
absolutely.
to help.
I did
Yeah.
a lot of interviews, and I feel like I've chosen 6 of the top-notch young therapists that are coming out of grad school right now that
Love
are
it.
coming aboard with this concept. And the affordability, I'm really excited about, because we're going to be offering counseling anywhere between $40 to $80 a session.
Love it.
And,
Which is, in the world, very affordable for
Yeah.
this type of care.
Yeah, not everybody can afford $100 an hour, $150 an
Right.
hour, But I think if people are serious about getting mental health treatment, they could come up with $40 a session.
Totally.
Or,
It's definitely more feasible.
yeah,
So that's what I love. So Kirk recognizes these needs. He recognized that he had a tough situation. There was an area where a girl didn't have access to care, and it didn't turn out great. And it shook him greatly and got him to the point where, he's like, I need people around me, for one.
Yeah.
I want people around me. I don't want to practice in a bubble, because a lot of you out there practice in a bubble, and it's okay, but at that point it was a little too much, and you needed that tribe mentality, and you've went out and built that. And you also love to teach.
yeah,
You love, that's a passion of yours. You love to teach. And you're going to bring people on to start teaching them and getting them under your wing and giving them all your tips and tricks and trades, which is amazing.
Right.
That's just awesome that you're doing that, because you're giving people opportunities that they may not have gotten if you wouldn't have opened up this practice. So what's beautiful about what's going on here is this is in Englewood, Colorado, and next week is the grand opening. Next Thursday. Well, Kirk's going to have a grand opening here. He's got sponsors. He's got food coming. It's going to be from 4 to 8 p.m., and everybody can come by and see this, and this space is beautiful. So right now we're in one of the large group rooms. You can see sort of the depth behind us, which is really cool. But there's how many total offices here?
We got 6 offices, a large group room, 2 kitchens, and 2 waiting rooms.
Love it.
Yeah, so
Love
it's
it.
really nice.
So
Nice
if your
space.
colleagues out there or somebody that sees this video and you want to come to that open house, please do. It's next Thursday from 4 to 8 p.m. But again, this isn't worth anything if we don't get it in front of the people that need to see it. So how can you help? It's easy. Click the share button. Make sure you share this. Share it somewhere. Share it in a group. Share this message so that more people can see in the title, Affordable Counseling That Need It, because you want the place to be packed.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, you don't want to sit around and wait 3 weeks and be like, nobody's showing up. We want people who need this type of counseling in here next Thursday. Did Kirk tell you that he was inducted into the College Baseball Hall of Fame? So yeah, you may not tell because we tilted the camera so I look taller, but Kurt's like 6'5". He's a big guy, ex-pitcher. He did a lot of good stuff. But we also had another great comment from Brandy. Thank you for starting a much-needed service. Excited to see it take off. Brandy Nelson.
Nice.
Brandy, we appreciate your comment, because when you comment, you make it a community, and when you make it a community, it becomes a whole bunch of people, a whole bunch of colleagues, a whole bunch of professionals that work hard to help each other. And what I love about your industry is you all help each other.
Sure.
You know where your space is. You know what you're good at. If it's not your thing, you pass that on to somebody else.
Right.
Did we miss anything we were going to talk about?
Just the staff that I'm bringing on.
Yes.
We got Brooks Kennedy. He wants to specialize in working with OCD,
Okay.
also pornography addiction.
Big deal right now.
Yeah.
Big deal.
And also with addictions in general.
Love
I
it.
got Marianne Wirtz coming aboard. She is really into all types of counseling and has very open mind to learning new and different passions. And she does bereavement work right now and has
Great.
worked with hospice.
So affordable counseling for porn addiction, OCD so far, bereavement counseling.
Right. We got Jen Yetter coming aboard, and
Yeah.
she has been a school teacher in Aurora Public Schools for 15 years, and she wants to work with adolescents and children and
Love it.
families. And we got Demetra, who wants to work with the LGBTQ community.
See, this
and
is pretty
also
diverse.
addictions. And we got Jenny coming aboard, who's also a bereavement specialist.
Right.
And then we have a new intern at a Northwestern university who is very much into depth psychology and psychoanalysis. And so I think we got a really good crew coming aboard, and I'm excited that they're part of this. And
I love it.
you know, it's all coming together, and I just love everybody's support that I've shared this with. And
Yeah,
I'm
what's that
excited
been
to
like?
share-
What's that been like?
That's
why we love this community, right?
it fills your battery.
That's
you
right.
know?
That's why we love this community. It's people
So-
helping people. So Kevin, the long history of salespeople in his life, brings up a great point. How would a potential client get in touch with Kirk and his staff?
So you could go.
Nice softball, Kevin. I
Yeah.
hit that for you, buddy.
So you would go to www.southplattecounseling.com, or you could give me a holler at 303-910-0800.
Awesome. And you'll post some of that stuff in the comments.
Yeah.
So we'll post the website. We'll post the phone number just so people know how they can get a hold of how they can get a hold of Kirk.
Yeah.
If you're a colleague and you have somebody that you really want to refer to Kirk, how do you prefer that to happen if it's a colleague?
Same way. They can call
Okay,
me.
they can do it that way, or they can just give you a
Shoot me an
phone
email
call
or text,
and talk
either
about
way.
it. So let's
Yeah.
make sure that this big risk of Kirk's, he started this up, he saw the need for it, but he's the one taking the risk. Let's make sure as a community that we keep people in this practice and that we keep this practice full. We know we can do it. If anything that you know somebody comes to you and you're out of their price range, this should be your first call. Your first call, because he set this up. This is in place for that exact style of client that doesn't have the resources to really maybe afford somebody else. And that's okay. That's great. You stay in your lane, Kirk will stay in his. It's a wonderful thing. But it sounds like you have a great staff. It sounds like I talked to you during this process, and you were meticulous. You wanted to get what you wanted.
Yeah.
It took some time, but you have the right people. You got everything furnished. We're putting pictures up on the wall.
Right.
It's really coming together. So next Thursday from 4 to 8 p.m. In Englewood, Colorado at South Platte Counseling, there's an open house. Come by, stop by, show your support.
Yeah, I want to also say thank you very much to Aspen Ridge Recovery
Love
and for Centennial Peaks and Red Rocks Recovery, because
Yes.
they're sponsoring this event and I couldn't do it without them. So that's a big deal with Liz and Rourke and yourself and everybody that's been a part of this. So thank you.
Because it matters. Because, again, right before we went live with Kirk was a little nervous. I reminded him that this isn't about us. This is about the bigger picture. This is about people who are silently suffering, feeling stigmatized, and don't have access to care. This is what that is about. This is why this exists.
Right.
So I just want to high five you.
Thanks.
Good job, man. And there will be some more lives coming on South Platte Counseling. So we tagged the business in the title, so you can click on South Platte Counseling, get a little more knowledge about that. But I think we're going to have that place where you can really start to let your staff, your new staff, start to add some value to the Facebook community.
Sure.
Melissa, Ryan, love her. Thank you for your passion and commitment, Kirk.
Thank you.
She's awesome. So yes, southplattecounseling.com. We'll post all that in the comments below. But thanks for spending some time with me tonight. I really appreciate it. And everybody enjoy your night and share the crap out of this so that more people may see what Kirk is doing and this amazing opportunity for people in affordable counseling. So have a good night. Say bye to everybody, Kirk.
Bye, everybody. Thanks.